April 6th, 2026, gunfire broke out in the valet area of the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. One of the most recognizable names in hip-hop was rushed to Memorial Regional Hospital with a bullet wound. He survived. He is stable. He is expected to recover, but the internet did not move on because this shooting did not feel isolated to the people paying attention. It felt like part of something, and within hours of the news breaking, one name was trending right alongside Offset's: Katt Williams. Not because he commented on the shooting, not because he was there, but because of what he said before any of this happened. And what he said is the reason this story is more complicated than a shooting outside a casino. Before we get to Katt Williams, we need to understand the full weight of what happened on April 6th. 2 out of 3 members of Migos have now been shot. Takeoff, born Kirshnik Kari Ball, was killed on November 1st, 2022, outside a bowling alley in Houston, Texas. He was 28 years old. He was standing near a dice game when gunfire erupted, an innocent bystander to someone else's dispute. Gone at 28, the man accused of killing him, Patrick Xavier Clark, was indicted by a grand jury in May 2023. His trial is currently set for November 2026. Takeoff's alleged killer has not faced trial yet, and now Offset is in a hospital bed. 3.5 years. 2 members of the same group, both shot, one dead, the other lucky to be alive. That parallel is what broke the internet on April 6th. And it is what brought Katt Williams back into the conversation before the night was even over. To understand why Katt Williams keeps getting connected to moments like this, you have to go back to January 2024. He sat down with Shannon Sharpe on the Club Shay Shay podcast for nearly 3 hours. And what he said in those 3 hours cracked something open that the entertainment industry had spent decades keeping quietly shut. He called out comedians. He called out actors. He called out the system. He described what he saw as a framework, a deliberate architecture, where artists are elevated to a certain height specifically so the fall means something when it comes, where the contracts are designed so that when an artist is gone, the money does not go to the family. It goes up to the corporations, to the labels, to the people sitting in rooms that most artists never get invited into. That interview reached 85 million views on YouTube, and Williams knew what he was doing when he sat down. He said it himself afterward. He was trying to do something that had not been done before. He said he figured out the algorithm and he was going to show it. He acknowledged openly that what he was saying put him in a dangerous position. Other people around him noticed the same thing. Comedian Mike Epps warned Williams publicly. He said the people Williams was talking about were dark people, that it was all fun and games until someone decided to do more than get angry. Williams said he was prepared for whatever came. Now here's the specific thing Williams said that has been circulating non-stop since Offset was shot. He said, "When these rappers get killed, it is not incidental. Somebody makes $100 million and now they do not have to honor any of those contracts. The money goes up, and they only have to deal with the mama once a year." He was not talking about Offset specifically. He was not naming Migos. He was describing what he sees as the cold economics of artist removal inside a system that profits more from a dead artist than a difficult one. That framework, those specific words, are what people kept screenshotting and reposting on the night of April 6th, 2026, and the timeline is what makes it impossible to dismiss. November 2022, Takeoff is fatally shot at a bowling alley in Houston. March 2026, Rihanna's estate in Beverly Hills is hit with 10 rounds from an AR-15. She was reportedly inside on the property at the time with ASAP Rocky. April 2026. Offset is shot outside a casino in Florida. 3 major hip-hop figures. 3 shootings. Less than 4 years. In each case, the circumstances are murky. The motives unclear. The full picture still out of reach. Now, should we be careful here? Absolutely. The police have not confirmed a motive in Offset's shooting. 2 people were detained, but no arrests were announced as of Monday night. Nobody has confirmed whether this was targeted or random. Nobody has confirmed what led to the gunfire in that valet area. What we know is that it happened, that Offset is alive, and that the people watching have a very specific lens they are viewing it through. Here's the thing about Offset's life in the months leading up to April 6th that matters for context. His cousin Takeoff is dead. His group Migos is dissolved. His marriage to Cardi B is over. She filed for divorce in July 2024 after 7 years, and the split has been anything but quiet. Offset publicly admitted infidelity was the reason. The financial dimensions of the divorce turned contentious. He reportedly rejected a $10 million settlement, saying he built her brand and deserved half. A $1.5 million tax liability sat between them and the finalized paperwork for months, and his relationship relationship with Quavo, civil at best. The two men occasionally post for birthdays. They do not really speak. Offset has been trying to build a solo career from the rubble of everything that collapsed around him. He was attending charity events. He was navigating co-parenting 6 children. He was doing what people do when the world they built falls apart. He was trying to build something new, and then a bullet found him in a valet line outside a casino. Katt Williams did not predict this specific shooting. He did not name Offset. He did not name Migos. What he did was describe a system, and the people watching that system operate in real time, keep finding his words waiting for them when something like this happens. He said artists are placed on pedestals so they can be knocked off of them. He said the contracts are designed so the money flows upward when an artist is gone. He said he was prepared for the risks of telling the truth. He said all of this before Takeoff's murder trial even started, before Rihanna's home was shot at, before Offset ended up in a hospital bed. Is any of it provable? Not in the way a courtroom requires. Maybe not ever, but here is the question that sits underneath all of it. The people who dismissed Katt Williams when he said these things in January 2024, are they still comfortable dismissing him now? Because at a certain point, a pattern stops looking like paranoia and starts looking like a warning that nobody took seriously enough. Takeoff is gone. His alleged killer still has not faced trial. Rihanna's home was shot at. Offset is in a hospital recovering from a bullet wound. And Katt Williams is watching all of it from wherever he is, probably not the least bit surprised. The question nobody wants to sit with, but everybody is asking, is the same one it has always been when the pattern keeps repeating itself. Who is next? And somebody out there already knows the answer.